Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching this live broadcast from Southern California, where it's currently 5:33 a.m. on Thursday, July 9th, 2020. Welcome, glad to have you. Let's see, we should be able to see the ETF screen from my Power E-Trade screen. And I see some viewers who have been successfully able to make it on here. We know that there are many others who follow in playback as well. So I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Roberts, with whom we had a nice session yesterday evening. He shared his experience with following uh, the the Baba analysis yesterday when we shared over 1 million pre-market volume, and he was able to get into that trade and make money. So you see, folks, successful trading is making money even for non-subscribers. This is not the first time we have such a story, so we wanted to lift up a of YouTube subscriber who may not currently trading with our alerts. We still provide value to them. That's very, very comforting. So I was very thrilled by that story. So let's get into the meats and grits of this Thursday, July the 9th. So the initial claim number came in. As you know, or let me reiterate, I do not trade the news. So meaning that this now has become a weekly thing, like a binary event. I mean, yeah and nay, really, because after a while, initially, yes, that was the case. But I mean, the market's gonna do whatever that the market's gonna do. So, and we will just trade them accordingly. Could I get just a check, please? If I didn't see anybody in the chat, so if somebody could just confirm in the chat that the sound is okay and somehow we are ready to get going, please. In the meantime, I will pull up a chart on my secondary screen. Yes, I will make sure every time that I start talking about the screen, that's the screen that is visible. That's my vow for the second part of 2020. I've done enough of those already, so I'm preparing some of the ETFs in the background on some of the stock that we are going to go over. I mean, it's Thursday, so everything we can talk about our alerts. There is no, if by now some of our alerts has not given traders gains, then I don't know, right? So we can talk about some of the prints in Flow Algo, some of which we featured, some of it then that we didn't. But I shared a comment yesterday with a subscriber on the YouTube channel who said the trader was trying Flow Algo. And this week it has just been so I'm gonna go over some of those, the highlights of some of those that we have seen on here. Let's see. I know lots of the subscriber are eagerly awaiting, and non-subscriber for that matter, they are eagerly awaiting the comments we have been exchanging in pre-market this morning. So it's very lively. It's a very lively morning here. So okay, thank you, folks. Good evening, Miss Carol from Singapore. Hello, Mr. Thomas. Good morning, aka I cannot even say some of these some of these nicknames that people have inside of the Discord with a straight face. Just yes, Mr. Bill is the person I was mentioning. We exchanged yesterday. So yes, Mr. Bill, maybe we can start with that. Mr. Bill is telling us, good morning, sir. I didn't catch which states you are catching us from, so please go ahead, let us know, Mr. Bill, where you're catching the broadcast from. So yeah, yesterday we exchanged about some of the prints. So there was actually a sneaky print. That's I don't know. Did I fail to mention it? It was just too much yesterday. There's this stock called I think NIO. Yeah, it's based in China, I believe. It's a car manufacturer company, right? They had a print, I think, this week on Flow Algo at $11, and it popped all the way to 15. Kid you not. Fact, I didn't see people mention it. I know in the past, some of the traders, like when it was at $5, I vividly remember, it's not that far ago, it was less than a month ago. Some traders, I think at the time, we were still wasting time on tweets or whatever that is. Did I say that? Yeah, wasting time. I don't know. What's what we were trying. Seattle. Thank you, sir. So on the West Coast as well. Thank you, Mr. Bill. So Neo, if that's how it's called, definitely popped for this week. And I talked about it in the market recap was it on Monday? I think so. Just because implied volatility on it is super elevated, right? But in all actuality, overall, I did say, hey, the spread of the option, because typically when you see huge implied volatility, 300%, 200%, the spread actually was decent. The spread meaning that it was a very tradable. So, and you know my policy, right? So those stocks below $5 or so, I tend not to be a big fan. But when they get the cross, $10, like this one, if it can sustain, I don't know, did they come back yesterday maybe at 13 or whatever? The volatility is huge though. So this is not for the faint of heart. I have to warn you about that. So, but if Neo can sustain that level, we will definitely put it in our watch list. And with everything that's going on out of China as of now, yeah, well, it came back. So from $15, folks, it came back to $12.88. So yeah, that tells you pretty much that this type of trade. So depending on your on your taste. So Neo was definitely one of them. And obviously speaking of China, the mega stock, if let's go back here and switch to the individual stock, I mean, the pre-market on the ETF, SPY just touched 317 and restricted. Okay, we need to mark that down, especially for the Friday fun facts ready for tomorrow. If you don't know what Friday fun facts are, then, my friend, that's what the price of admission by itself. You can pay. Actually, maybe we should change the name, Miss Carol, or and all the others. We should call it "Pay for Your Successful Subscription Friday" or something, because that's just a unique experience where if SPY give us that setup. They have been doing it. Last week we didn't have a Friday, but it was a Thursday, and it behaved similarly. So either today or tomorrow, we will definitely be ready for Friday fun fact or pay for your successful trading subscription Friday. Whatever that's name that stick the most. So before I digress, let's come back on here and share the major watch list, right? Oh yeah, by the way, I can do that right now, right? Nobody else is watching. It's just the subscribers. This is how I manage the list of the subscription. Here, obviously, is a little bit extended because I added. Did I add stuff on here? We had like 15 of them. So in here during the live session, right? I can just go switch in ranking whatever I want on top, the green one or the red one. So that's how I'm able to see the move. But it's almost impossible. The best way we taught you yesterday, it's definitely do that, but also set up alerts. So you can set up alerts inside of your platform. So for me, setting alerts will be something like that. And I can even set up alerts on eTrade, and I think most platforms do the same. You can set up alerts. These are all alerts, I kid you not. You can set up alerts on specific options. This is something that really, time is just really, it's not on my side, but I promise you, we're going to be finding you very cheap options every week where we tell you specifically, especially, you see what's now, if you have been with us for a few weeks, you see what happened between Tuesday and Wednesday. The option become cheaper, and really there are some unique opportunity. I invited people, I suggested on Tuesday in our hangout room in Discord, hey, pull a chart of an option if your platform enables you to do that, and look for cheap options out of a list that have not some move. Well, I mean, I don't know that strategy, if that's strategy, but that strategy, for instance, could have gotten you into 5 cents contract of Baba, and I mean, Baba has already moved a little bit, but they did something fancy to throw us off by that Tuesday close below the print. So from 5 cents, they went to $4 and something. Yeah. I can't wait for the weekly market recap video. So, but you can set up your alerts in this case. Mine here are a little bit old, but definitely when you set up alerts and then you made those alerts your watch list, right? So, because for me, I can have here this, where were they? Option price. So I can have a watch list which is only based on option price. And then if I'm monitoring that, I can see a quick jump in option. I've been meaning to, that's on my to-do list. I need to do a better job because that definitely will provide even further value to which that's you are doing. I mean, if you are so interested in something like that. So that's something coming. So that aside, so that's because that question has been there, and I think we explained it, but we didn't show the inside of this is Power E-Trade, and it's free. You can set up an account anytime. No need for any link. You just go to etrade.com. So let's see here. Let's quickly sort on here to see what our movers were. We know what brought us here. Oh, Lord behold, Square is red in pre-market. Folks, stop everything. Stop the presses. Square is red in pre-market. When was the last time we saw that? Actually, earlier in pre-market, I took a sneak peek, and it was down like -1%. What's going on? Are they finally with volume to boot as well? Okay, so maybe this one that wasn't a purpose for me. It's just really something that I'm noticing like that. So maybe worth keeping an eye on Square. When this stock move, whatever the direction, my friend, it has big moves. So if you feel like it, actually, as a matter of fact, let's make it a point as of now. Square is going to be our Lotto play for today and tomorrow. So what is a Lotto play? A Lotto play is a strangle, a very cheap strangle of put and call or straddle if you want. But in this case, you don't want to go straddles because they are still going to be expensive. So you can wait for the last hour. Hopefully, we can do the live hour, the last hour of the session together. Easy for me to say, and then we will be setting up those Lotos for tomorrow. Let me make a note that Square is one of them. Somebody remind me. Square, definitely, because when a stock is doing something consistently, and the moment you see a change, this is the first time that we are seeing that that it's red in pre-market. Typically, on previous day, we have been doing this for how long now? Square has been on that major one. But what brought us here? It's those two stocks here at the bottom. Hello, folks. Well, here we are again. Baba is printing about 1 million shares in volume again. And if this is of any indication, so yesterday at this very time, or close to this very time, where it's currently 9 a.m. in New York, 9:05 a.m. in the morning in New York and in Toronto. It is 6:05 a.m. Pacific time in Seattle and San Francisco, while people catching us from across the Atlantic in London, it is 2:05 p.m. in the afternoon. In Sydney, Australia, it's 11:06 p.m. And in, let's say, we will lift a final city on here, people in Riyadh. We have a trader from Riyadh, but I haven't heard from him. Mr. Fazal, if you're listening to this broadcast, we saw you on the Discord room. So we have been trying to reach out to you. So set up a one-on-one if you so like. Sorry about that plug. So back to what's going on with the Baba and JD. That was something yesterday. So yesterday in pre-market, Baba was trading at 244 and it closed at 258, folks. That's a 14-point move in one day. We show you those options that went from 5 cents to over $4. Which one did we trade? We were trading the 265 calls. No, I didn't have them. People, let's clarify that. I did not have them, but I'm suggesting I traded them after the markets it opened, after the gap up. But what I was saying was that I suggested that, hey, at the end of Tuesday, we took a look at the list of stocks and then set up some strangle trade going into Wednesday, because typically if with sideways, because SPY was major sideways on Monday and Tuesday, you can look at that chart at a later time. But today we are seeing a bis repetita, rinse and repeat, if you will, on Baba with close to 1 million. This is 1 million share, and the stock is 4%. This is why I like the not the very expensive stock, but those stocks that are trading in the $100-something, $200. My friend, a 4% move is already 10 points. already 10 points. So to my friend Robert, let me show you guys something. So meaning, if in pre-market you want to predict how much your options are going to be worth, here's how you go about doing it. So because yesterday we didn't do that. So for education purposes here, we can do that. We have time. $10 move. Let's go ahead and look at the option for Baba. And we're going to go on the call side. Yeah. So let's say you had, let's use our 265. Okay, so the 265 call, yesterday expiring tomorrow, they retreated. But let me actually show you. Can I show? No, this screen will not be. Will you be able to see this screen? No. Oh, yeah, because it's a new window. Sorry about that. So they traded as high as, what's the high? Oh, they're telling me that the high was 370. Okay, my bad. I thought they reached 4. So 370. Nonetheless, and this was late. This was at 1:15 Eastern in the afternoon. So it wasn't like in the morning. No, this thing was just running. So the high was $3.70 from the previous day close of, at the close on the 7th of July, 9 cents. 9 cents low, and the high was 11 cents. So 10 cents, 11 cents. So from 10 cents, 11 cents to $3.70. Somebody can compute a quick percentage. We know that a 10 bagger would have been $1, right? And then, so that's over 3,000%, folks. So those, then that option closed yesterday, let's say 280, 290. So now this morning, if it's up 10 points, as it's showing us that it's up about 10 points on here, how do you go about computing the price of this option pre-market? I'm sure many of you are excited. You're counting your money already. But just to give you an idea, this is a quick way to do that. I mean, it's just an approximation, right? So you see the delta? So you multiply the delta by the number of points that you're getting. So in this case, for us, this is going to be well in the money. So my friend, it's going to be more than that. So here we're expecting $6 on top of this. So these contracts are going to be worth over $8. So let's say between 9 and 10, most likely, because we are in the money already. So that's a good rule of thumb that's by which you can go. So multiply your delta value by this much. But it's going to be more than that for this one. They are in the money. But it's a conservative approximation. So hopefully that knowledge is passed along. All right. Wow, I speak like I've been talking forever. Let's see. Let's take a look. Wow, we have a record, folks. We have 13 concurrent viewers. Wow, we are going places. Congratulations. Thank you, folks. And we have 20 playbacks. There's a comment on here. Baba is going to start to use digital pay with DigiWitch, which is like Uber in America. That is the reason for potential run, my friend. Also, maybe stock split. Well, my friend, Baba has so many things going on. There is the IPO with Ant Financial in Hong Kong. That's already news. For us, really, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I don't care what the stock is doing, what it's doing. The charts, I just look at the chart telling me what to do. So I don't care what's going on. Reading those news, and because to me, I think it play with your psyche, with your mission to be able to think, oh, I read this. This means it. No, I don't interpret what that news is. It's good to know overall that, oh, okay, sure. So there's so many things. For us, here's what we know, right? Somebody in Flow Algo decided to spend, what was the size? I think it was 400,000 shares or something. Let me check. At $238. And I told you guys one thing. This type of stock, they don't go for 10 points, right? Between 238 and where we are in pre-market, 30 points. That's what I've seen in average. Some other stock, let's say if a stock it's in the, sometimes they go for 15, 20 points. I've seen that, for instance, numerous times on Facebook. But really, a very powerful stock like Baba, when it starts mowing down, along with a potential short squeeze, because, hey, there are shorts who take position in the opposite direction, so they have to cover, right? So typically, a short squeeze could be going on for 3 days. So if, let's say, we can count that yesterday was day 1, today is day 2, so Friday, we may see some real fireworks. And then the overnight weekend. And then when we come back on Monday, Hong Kong will have already traded a full day. So just to give you a perspective. So No problem, Mr. Bill. I definitely understand. Oh yeah, I mean, right now, a lot of people we can be wondering, hey, what's going on with these stocks? Because it's not just Baba. I think JD is doing the same thing. I haven't checked the orders, so we talked about Neo. I know one that is really another performance, IQ, right? But Baidu, for instance, which own IQ, it's moving as well. Sneakingly, Baidu, we have a love-hate relationship in this case. I like to take Baidu off of my watch list from time to time, just maybe as a reverse psychology. And when I do so, Baidu tends to go up. So, because, oh boy, Baidu is the master of sideways. This is why I saw your video and wanted to learn more about technicals. The chat room, I pay for those news flow. Oh, okay. Well, my friend, we don't do news flow on here at all. So, absolutely, Mr. Bill, please come on board. Come on board. Let me know. I can actually give you access to Discord, even if you don't subscribe. Discord is free. We give you access to at least the non-subscription part of our Discord room, so you can exchange with us in there. So thanks for listening and being with us. And if you want technical analysis, oh yeah, we have videos that you've already seen on YouTube, obviously. And let's see, actually, if I give the link of Discord now, because right now I'm afraid of spam, I don't give the list of the Discord access in the public in social media yet. So really managing spam is going to be just a bootload of issues. So what did I want? I wanted to go and find how many shares were printed on Baba, just to give you guys a perspective about the amount of money that an institution decided to spend on this print. So Baba, oh my goodness, folks. Oh yeah, Mr. Sats is usually my my go-to our go-to person for telling us the size of. Okay, folks, the print that came on Baba, listen, 1.8 million shares at $238. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. so now, for me, that's more than any news, because the prints always come before the news. That's the power of flow algo. Yeah? The prints always come before the news. Whatever the news is, somebody knows that ahead of time, and somebody is going to take advantage of that. And your job and my job, or our little edge, is to follow, to track the smart money. So 1.8 million times $238. Folks, so somebody spent a whooping 428 million on Baba, and right now they got 30 points. So they are making just about shy of 60 million. How would you like that, folks, to make 60 million in a matter of 3 days? What do you think of equity blocks and dark pool prints? Because overseas flows. Oh, I've talked about that. We can talk more about that, my friend. I am a big fan of the equity blocks and dark pool prints more than the option flow itself. Not that I discard the option flow, but I find it easier to interpret the equity blocks and dark pool prints. Basically, we are bullish above and bearish below, which they can manipulate, and they did that with Baba. Let me switch screens on here and share that, and then we will take questions on here. So, yeah, 128 million were spent, and out of that, somebody is making 60 million out of this morning. I mean, for now, are they done or anything? Because stocks like Baba, we can wake up next Monday is trading in the 300, just as easily as that, no question asked. And there will not be anybody to start an investigation of any kind. But these things, they happen all the time. Hence, since the unveiling of flow algo in 2017, I've been using it ever since. That's a great value that we can add out of that. 14 concurrent viewers. Amazing. Let's switch screen on here and showcase to you a little bit showcase. I don't promise something that you cannot deliver, my friend. Just share, at least try to share the little games. So now you should be seeing the trading view. Yeah, so we're looking at the daily chart of Baba. Yeah, it's daily because that's that there. So 1 day, and oh yeah, I changed. Did I change my colors again? Thanks to Mr. Roberts. Last night we were switching back and forth. Should I use blue, but or orange? Because this orange on some of on the red candles, right? It doesn't. You cannot see it. So and I'm using this step. How do they call it? So if you're looking at my chart now and saying, "Oh, he changed," I'm using the step line. I'm still the jury's still out, folks. I'm not sure, but here's what I want you to bring, right? So Baba, so yeah. First of all, notice the gaps, folks. Yeah, the gaps since last July 1st. So somebody decided that the month of July, they have been saving their money, whatever. I don't think that those institutions need to save money. So if it's a mutual fund or whatever shacks that is, after the second half, most likely they got new allocation of money. They may have sold some stock, or they took their profit off of other stock and they decided, let's go $500 million gangster on Baba. So $500 million, they're turning it into 60 million. You know, this is actually more than that, because most likely they started here because they could have been buying on here and then this generated this. These are the type of trades that Baba make. Look at the gaps, folks. These gaps are just, and us as retail traders, there's no knowing. So when we see the prints, hey, you just follow it to the best of your ability. So let's hope today they give us more points to trade. Yesterday they gave us how many? 14 points intraday to trade. But folks, I want to warn you though, be careful on here. It's all joke aside and everything. At the end of the day, we still have a methodology by which we take entries into this thing. So the stock is overstretched, and that's an understatement. The upper Bollinger is printing 244 out of the close yesterday. The stock trading at 257. That's a whooping $13. In past days, knowing Baba, I will be suggesting to you that be on the lookout for a quick sell-off on here, at least for it to cool off, but I have no idea if you ask me anything. I'm just going to rely on the chart like everybody. I didn't carry the position overnight, folks. I sold it yesterday. And I even sold I had some semi-long-term position on JD that I sold because the action was just in them, but that's fine. I mean, we can reset it. They're going to be more expensive, obviously, because JD this morning, what's the pre-market? The pre-market 67.66. On the daily chart, this is a 15-minute chart. Let me go to the daily chart for JD. JD was our number 3 alert this past week, because the previous week, it made us lose money. Yeah, but for if you work, yeah, on those weekly trades, it didn't make us money. But out of this breakout, notice again, we have talked about this pattern of breakout. So let me. So this is what I'm talking about. Let's illustrate on here. So JD has been in this box. Now I'm struggling to make boxes. I don't know why. I used to be good at making boxes. Drawing wasn't my forte in engineering school, but even making boxes, rectangles now is difficult. So this is the breakout, okay? So first day yesterday of that breakout, again, just like Baba, there was a match race yesterday between Baba and JD. We had fun with it inside our trading, because I think most of us, I was trading both options. So I don't know about others. I think many others were trading both. So we were showing side by side JD versus Baba, the option. They were like a copycat of each other. I kid you not. And this morning, both are up. We just shared that screen with you, right? Both are up exactly the same amount. The volume is slightly different, hence making it like, wow, what's going on here? But if we go back, and I'm not showing you that screen, I'm fully aware. I just want to check on the larger watch list. So JD is up 3.99%. Baba is up 3.76%. So if this showdown is going to continue, you can take advantage of both, but just be careful what you are doing. And Baba just flashed will print 1.13 million shares in pre-market. 1.3. So between the 1 million yesterday, I mean, what was the volume? The volume yesterday was just crazy. I didn't even look at the final volume. So yeah, this is a 200 and $60 stock that's in pre-market 1 million share. How much of it are people actually jumping on board because they are bullish? How much of it actually people being forced to buy because they're short on it and they need to cover before it hits 300? So this is one of those that can actually lead into a major short squeeze on here. So us as option traders, we just take advantage of that and say thank you and move on to the next trade. So let's see what the setup brings on to that. So that's, I think we have beaten this one in to death. So please, no question when the market opens or, oh, is it too late? Actually, we had a question yesterday. I hope I did an okay job answering because I told one of the trader, and that was a very fair question actually, that I saw the initial move. Was it too late to get into Baba? I told them no. I hope that was clear that, hey, this was a momentum trade. I think those were that was the verbiage that I used. And that we have no idea where it was going to stop. So I think, was it our friend FUW 2016 who asked that? So if you took the trade, my friend, you are rewarded this morning. Congratulations to everybody who carried overnight. I'm not sure if Mr. Kosik carried overnight as well, but a few, that's definitely will be enjoying that. Mr. Sat is saying that everything is frozen on his end and he cannot hear. Everything is frozen. Yep, it looked like it, my friend. Though the software is telling us that, well, we have had a nice ride anyway. It's 5 minutes away from the start. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, okay, I'm trying to move my head. Somehow it moved a little bit and came back. But the stream health is telling us that the stream is healthy. At least last time they reported. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Sat, so others are saying that they could hear us. So yes, folks, it's literally 5 minutes to the opening on here. Thank you for being with us. I think we have a record number of concurrent viewers today. That says a lot. We have 4 likes. I'm not going to wish that was happening yesterday. I don't know. Thank you guys for lending yourselves to the joke because every time I was mentioning the number of likes, then they kept increasing. Thank you for lending. I wish you, we are Thursday. I hope if you are new with us, please, you are not missing out on something. Do not jump into trades that they are not satisfactory with our setups. You can be patient even on Thursday. This market has proven actually that, hey, you can take advantage of movement late at any time when the setup presents itself. And tomorrow, we invite you to come with us. As on most Friday, we will make sure that we start a brand new naming for Friday. Pay for your successful tradings subscription Fridays. That's how we're going to be calling it going forward, where we will just sit back, look for specific setups. It has been SPY, but it can be any stock or anything. So, and then in the last hour today, 60 minutes closing, the first 60-minute closing, we're going to try to make that live to be with you between 3 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. to set up some lotos for tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Thank you, everybody. Have a great trading session. We talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, before, nice. Do you send alerts? Mr. Bill. All right, let's end this and start the day.